Okay, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. This is a little bit of an addition to the video that you're going to see. Okay, today is June 24th, 2011, 6:07 a.m. Now, this is a video I'm doing, which is putting the information out there that this is my theory that for every reaction there's an equal and opposite reaction, which I guess is a law. But I have an example of what I think is not. I have an example of an exception to that. For every reaction there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, it's at the end of this video that you'll see. But I don't know if this would actually be considered the opposite, because if you're, I think there is perhaps, I don't know if there's no reaction in the brain. I don't know if no reaction is a reaction. I don't know if your brain gets to the point where it's not reacting anymore, if that's considered an action, because I don't know. Anyway, there's a theory at the end of this video, a color theory, and what I believe is the exception to the rule of every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is my theory on an exception to that. Okay, bye-bye. Bonjour, bonjour. Oh, I did this video yesterday. Perry didn't even know that was me. It was me, Perry. God, buddy. I thought you were speaking a different language. It would throw you off that much. But, you know, I used to be a professor of French in Stuttgart, you know. But the most people that speak French don't understand that French, because it's a very, very high French. They don't speak it much anymore, except in, you know, aristocratic circles. There's not too many of them left after the revolution, if you know what I mean. Oh. The sun is shining in the sky. It's almost over up above the horizon line, not quite. Wow. Can you hear the crickets? I did that video yesterday and someone put a comment. Did you mean to do that? Was that ending planned? Whatever the comment was. I didn't even go back and look at the video. I just posted the video. And I go back and look at the video. I don't know what happened. The whole thing just boink, quit. I don't know if I screwed it. I don't know what happened. Maybe my camera just had a little hiccup or something. I don't know. But anyway, that wasn't the ending of the video. I don't know what happened to the ending. But we'll just say that's the ending. This friend of mine called me yesterday. The first time he's called in like weeks. He doesn't have any time to do anything, man. He's fighting with the municipal governments, the freaking county, everybody. Poor guy, man. He's got this business that he has to deal with, and it's a freaking nightmare. Oh my goodness, what a deal. He's my best friend. He doesn't have time to do anything. And I'm out here in the middle of nowhere doing nothing. I gotta do something. I think I'm gonna learn French, regular French, not high French. High French is too sophisticated for most people to understand. Oh, when I was teaching high French in Stuttgart. Oh, it's lovely. They love me over there in Stuttgart. Oh, God, what am I going to do? It's freaking early. What time is it? I can't even hardly see. My eyes are all blurry from staring at the sun. 5:58. Oh, man. feel pretty good this morning. I'm closing my eyes, and I'm seeing this. There's a big, it's like a sun inside there, and it's really bright and yellow, and then it's got this thing that goes out like that, flares out. It's a different color. And it's like, oh man, that's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Now it's surrounded all black, and it's sort of starting to get smaller and smaller, and it's really beautiful. Wow, that was good. But I don't want to concentrate on that sort of thing. When I'm doing a video, I mean, you don't want me to have my eyes closed describing what's inside my brain. You just don't want that. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, there it is. It's like a fan. It's like a red fan with some, like, almost like a blue ring around it. Kind of like a big ring, and then a yellow dot in there for the sun. It's probably not very good for my eyes to do that. I'm sure it isn't. Now I'm seeing a halo on my monitor. It's interesting because when you look at something like that, you start to you have something inside your brain, and what you see that's outside of your brain is going to be the opposite of it, pretty much. That's my theory. Okay, you know, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. I think there's one example where that's not true. And that's in the area of color study. Now, this is a good study for you to do, and I want somebody to do this, and I want somebody to do it, and I want somebody to put a comment on it, or do something, and then say, yeah, it works, because I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you it works. If you get like a highlighter, you know, a yellow highlighter, everybody's got one. Now go get yours as soon as this video's over. And then you get your highlighter, and you this is a black highlighter. Originally the highlighters were all black, and then this highlighter, we'll paint it in black, and then they painted it. It was always beautiful, but if it was a blocker, then they called it a blocker instead of a highlighter. You just get your highlighter, which is yellow, not black. Make a circle like that, okay? And then go around and round 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 and round, like that. And then you go around and more, and then block it out. All the areas around that interior ball, you want to black them out, or you want to put a highlighter on there and highlight them out, okay? And make it big. Make it about that big, okay? All highlighter. And then what you do is you just look at it, and you stare right at the center of that white area on the paper, and you don't budge. You just stare at it until something happens. I don't care if it takes you a month. You sit there and stare at it, and something will happen. And when it will happen, that is known as simultaneous contrast. Now, simultaneous contrast is where you're basically, and then do your own research. You know, this might not be exactly the definition of simultaneous. This is what's in my mind, okay? But what happens is that your brain, okay, wants to calm you down, okay? So your brain, when I was looking at the sun, okay, what's happening is that your brain registers exactly the opposite of what you're seeing, because your brain wants to be like a number 5 gray, a medium gray. Medium gray, not black, not white, but gray. That's what your brain wants to experience. So if you're looking at something white, your brain is looking at something black to give you that medium gray. If you're looking at something red, your brain is giving you green, so that it basically it counters what your brain is countering exactly what you're seeing. Your brain is registering the exact opposite. Now, it's not registering the exact opposite for your eyes, but for your psyche, okay? So, to get back to every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But my theory is that if you are a human being and you are in a room that is exactly the perfect coloration of black and white, which is gray, and you're in there, eventually your brain will get to the point where And if you know, you might have to, it might take a while to figure this one out, but you can figure it out. If you're a scientist, it might take you a month or something. But your brain will, you're in a room, a gray room. Make it a ball, a giant ball with no corners, no shadows, no nothing. Or just make a headset that's all gray, that it just goes around your eyes like that, and just gray, period. That's all. And then eventually your brain will be registering the opposite of that, and the opposite of that is the same color. And so that's proof that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Does not apply to that particular subject, because eventually the gray that your eyes are seeing and the gray that your brain is seeing will be the same, and there won't be any reason for there to be an opposite reaction. Your brain and your eyes will not give an opposite reaction to the colors that you're seeing. Now, I'm sure that someone will do a paper on that, and and you can call it the Rodney. Call it the hellorodney. The theory of the hellorodney theory of opposites. Okay, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.